enable you get notified anytime I drop video contents like this. And without wasting much time, let's hop in straight into the charts. So guys, this chart in front of you took me 3 months to develop. Okay, this is a mixture of more than one charts, bringing you this masterpiece, which is just this single chart that is right in front of your screen. Okay, so I just want to explain certain similarities with the pattern and the movement of Bitcoin currently and what happened some years back, and I would like us to compare and so that we can actually have a projection of where we are heading to in the future. So guys, I want us to take a look at this chart. Take a look at this chart. Take a good look at this chart. I'm going to be sharing certain key observations in this chart. Now, first thing first, this is the MACD. You have the blue line and you have the orange line. And down here you have the histogram. This is the MACD histogram. Now this color here is blue, okay? But if you're looking at it, you may be thinking it's green, but this is light blue and this is dark blue, okay? So when I'm referring to the blue color, do not get confused. I'm referring to the histogram, and this is kind of like gray, or let's just say white. Yeah, so ignore the colors, guys. The colors are not too important. What is important is for you to actually get the points that I'm bringing out. So let's take a look at this, guys. Can you see this line here? Now, Bitcoin currently has had a bullish cross. This is the blue line and this is the orange line, and the blue line crossed the orange line, as you can see here. You can see it visibly. It has crossed up with the orange line. But now if we go back to history, guys, the last time that the blue line crossed the orange line, something happened to Bitcoin, even though it was a bullish pattern. And let's mark it and see. This was what happened. The blue line crossed the orange line from the bottom, and the same thing happened here. We see here that the blue line crossed the orange line from the bottom. So guys, let's take note of this. Let's zoom this properly so that you can see what I'm talking about. I want you to observe these similarities. Now over here, the blue line crossed the orange line, and down here the histogram that formed was a blue histogram. Are you seeing this? Let's make it more visible. Look at this, guys. This blue line crossed this orange line, and what followed next was a blue histogram. Now if you check here, this blue line has crossed this orange line, and what follows down here is another blue histogram. Are you seeing something? Are you getting somewhere? Follow me. Now this blue line stayed above this orange line for a certain period of time. But what happened? After this candlestick expired and the next candlestick formed, it came with a white color. The next candlestick came with a white histogram color. Okay? And we saw that this blue line at the end of the day crossed back below this orange line. So guys, let's mark this point where this blue line crossed the orange line back again. Let's mark this point, and let's also mark this point where the white histogram line or the white histogram candlestick formed. Let's color this with white color. Okay, so this was the first time that we had this cross. We had a blue histogram. The second time we had this cross to the downside, and we've marked it. But in the middle, you can see that when this cross happened, the next histogram that formed was a white histogram. Okay, so let's enter into the Bitcoin charts. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the similarities that happened in the charts. Okay, So guys, please ignore these lines that I drew here, okay? Don't get yourself confused with these lines that I drew. These are the main lines we are focusing on. This is it. This is line number 1, line number 2, line number 3. Line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, okay? Ignore these other lines, please. These are calculations by me. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm referring to this line here, and this line here. Okay, so don't get confused. So guys, if you take a look at these candlesticks, you would observe something. You would observe that when we had that bullish cross, it happened exactly on this candlestick. And what followed next, we saw that the next candlesticks that formed was 1, 2. So these two candlesticks that followed were all what's red. And we saw that Bitcoin dropped all the way. This is the percentage. Dropped all the way from approximately this percent. Dropped all the way by 43%. 43% drop in the price of Bitcoin. Okay, so if Bitcoin should drop by 43%, this is approximately the current price of Bitcoin currently is around 42,000. Okay, $42,800 thereabouts. So if Bitcoin should drop by 43% in its current price is currently from here. Let's say we have a 43% drop. This approximately takes us to a price of $25,000. Can you see that? So if we have a 43% drop, we are going down to $25,000. I'm just giving you a mental picture of something. So guys, this is actually what happened during this period. And I need you all to take note of this observation. So let's head back to the charts and see, okay? So guys, if you take a look at this pattern right now, you would see that the same thing is what is happening here. Now, this is the first confirmation. We've had a bullish cross. If you take a look at the histogram, we have had a blue histogram below, confirming with what happened here exactly. So the next histogram that is to form, we are going to watch and see if it is going to be white color. If it turns to white, then that means something similar that happened here is what will repeat here. And in that case, we expect that the next candlestick that will form for Bitcoin is going to be as terrible as this candlestick here. Have you seen why the Cryptoprophets channel is very unique? I teach you things that you will not find easily anywhere else. And when I speak with value. I speak with facts. I tell you what it is. I tell you what the charts say with raw facts. I do not go against the charts, guys. Listen, this is a profession that requires extra thinking outside the box. You need to be highly mathematically inclined. You need to be able to perceive changes, discover secrets that are not accessible to others in order for you to excel. And this is why you need the Cryptoprophets, because what I'm sharing with you, you're not going to find it easily. So these are the similarities, guys. Very, very similar. Now let's take a look at this particular chart again and see, guys. Can you observe something? Look at where I marked. This is another chart. Look at where I marked, guys. Now, if we take a look at this point here, what do you observe? You will see that this red line crossed over this orange line during this time before you had the cross, before you had the bullish cross with this first line. It crossed over here, and if you observe here and see, you would see that there was also another cross here again. Okay, and currently this red line is hitting this line here. The same thing that happened here. The red line hits this line and then came down. So the next candlestick that will form, is it going to bring down this red line back to this orange line here? If it brings this red line back to this orange line, then that's a confirmation. So in essence, what is the Cryptoprophet saying? What is CP saying? What I'm saying is this, that something similar like this is about taking place. And you saw that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candlesticks of bearish formation for the markets, and you saw that there was approximately a drop of around 66% for the price of BTC. So if we're approximately having 66% drop, currently from where we are, we dropped by 66%. This is going to lead us to roughly $14,000. So guys, I'm just giving you this as an illustration. This is actually a cheat code, okay? And this is why you need to follow CP. This is why you need to follow the Crytoprophet, because what I will reveal to you, you're not going to find it easily. And I have the keys. So when I tell you I have the keys to the markets, don't doubt me, man. Don't doubt what I'm saying, because it is the truth. It is reality. So I want us to take note of something very important here, guys. Take note of something very, very important that I want to share with you all. Now, can you see that when we had this cross to the downside and this blue line fought and finally crossed this line up, crossed this line for the second time, this was when something remarkable happened. And what is that thing? Let's color it with a green line and see what happened, guys. Let's take a look at this chart. Now, this is it. This is the charts. This is the line. Can you see that this was the candlestick that led to the activation of the bull run? Can you see that? This was the candlestick that led to the activation of the bull markets. Look at it, guys. Look at it to the T. Take a look at this. Look at this candlestick. Boom. We had this huge pump. Look at this bull run. For the number of months, bull run. Straight up. No argument whatsoever. How? From this crossover here. Look at it. So the first crossover was this one. The second crossover was this one. Bull run. So what does this tell you? From here, if these odds play out, if everything plays out here as anticipated, when this line crosses down, once it is getting to have this cross, the Crytoprophet will be amongst the first to enter into the bull run. Can you see this? So the Crytoprophet has the cheat code for the bull run. This is just one out of many charts. If you've been following me, you would know that I'm a man of secrets. I do not get exhausted with information. Every new day I bring out what you do not know. I do not get exhausted from information. I do not get exhausted from research. I'm always having new secrets and new discoveries behind my sleeves. So you can never ever get me exhausted, guys. I have the ability to call dates, call time, tell you things that you're not going to see. Look at this chart I'm sharing with you. Go check the whole YouTube. Check the whole Instagram, Facebook, ransack everywhere. You're not going to find this kind of information anywhere else outside the Crytoprophet. This is my invention. So I'm waiting. I'm going to be observant. The odds are right. I would see the next candlestick that would form, and then we would know the next step that we are going to take. Okay, so guys, I leave you with these words. Trade safe, trade smart. Do not joke with this opportunity that is coming, because this bull run is going to be very massive. Very, very massive. Look at how big these histograms came. Very big, massive histograms. Look at how they came. This is money. So I'm expecting something similar to happen here at the long run. So when we have the next crossover, the Crytoprophet will be amongst the first globally to know. And I'm going to inform people that are working with me that, hey, enter, the bull run is here. And we are off to the races. Lots of money. So when we get down here, I'm going to watch this chart like a hawk. When this line gets down here, I'm going to observe and see. This would be the best time to buy. But then this chart is going to guide us. We would know exactly when the bull run is about getting activated. And my, oh my, how sweet it would be. So thank you so much for your time, guys. I remain the Crytoprophet. See you in my next video. God bless you. Thank you.